So hi, I'm Noreen, and I will discuss about Burhus Frederick Skinner's operant conditioning. So Burhus Frederick Skinner is commonly known as B.F. Skinner. He is also an American psychologist, behaviorist, author, inventor, and social philosopher. Like Pavlov, Watson, and Thorndike, Skinner also believed in the stimulus-response pattern of conditioned behavior. Skinner's works differ from that of the three behaviorists before him, in that he studied operant behavior or voluntary behavior used in operating on the environment. Thus, his theory came to be known as operant conditioning. So, operant conditioning is based upon the notion that learning is a result of change in overt behavior. Changes in behavior are the result of an individual response to events that occur in the environment. A response produces a consequence, such as defining a word, hitting a ball, or solving a math problem. When a particular stimulus response pattern is reinforced, the individual is conditioned to respond. Reinforcement. Reinforcement is the key element in Skinner SR theory. A reinforcer is anything that strengthens the desired response. So there is a positive reinforcer and the negative reinforcer. So let me discuss first the positive reinforcer. So positive reinforcer is any stimulus that is given or added to increase the response. An example of positive reinforcement is when a teacher promises extra time in play area to children who behave well during the lesson. Another is a mother who promises a new cell phone for her son who gets a good grade. Still, other examples include verbal phrases, star stamps, and stickers. So second is the negative reinforcer. A negative reinforcer is any stimulus that results in the increased frequency of a response when it is withdrawn or removed. A negative reinforcer is not a punishment. In fact, it is a reward. For instance, a teacher announces the students who gets an average grade of 1.5 for the two grading periods will no longer take the final examination. The negative reinforcer is removing the final exam, which we realize is a form of reward for working hard and getting an average grade of 1.5. So, Skinner also looked into extinction and or non-reinforcement. So, responses that are not reinforced are not likely to be repeated. For example, ignoring a student's misbehavior may extinguish that behavior. So, next is the shaping behavior. Shaping behavior, shaping of behavior. So, example, an animal on a cage may take a very long time to figure out that pressing a lever will produce food. So, to accomplish such behavior, successive approximation of behavior are rewarded. So, until the animal learns that the association between the lever and the food reward, to begin shaping, the animal may be rewarded to simply turning in the direction of the lever. Then, for moving toward the lever, for brushing against the lever, and finally, for pressing the lever. Next is the behavioral chaining. So, behavioral chaining comes about when a series of steps are needed to be learned. So, example is the animal would master each step in sequence until the entire sequence is learned. This can be applied to a child being taught tie a shoelace. The child can be given reinforcement or reward until the entire process of tying the shoelace is learned. So next is the reinforcement schedule. So reinforcement schedules one once the desired behavior response is accomplished. Reinforcement does not have to be 100%. In fact, it can be maintained more successfully through the what Skinner referred to as partial reinforcement schedule. Partial reinforcement schedule include interval schedules and ratio schedules. So first is the fixed interval schedules. The target response is reinforced after a fixed amount of time has passed since the last reinforcement. Example, The bird in a cage given a food every 10 minutes, regardless how many times it presses the bar. So, next is the variable interval schedule. Variable interval schedule, this is similar to fixed interval schedules, but the amount of time that must pass between reinforcement varies. Example, the bird may receive food different intervals, not every 10 minutes. So, iba't iba na ng interval ng oras ng pagbibigay ng pagkain. So, next is the fixed ratio schedule. Fixed ratio schedule. A fixed number of correct responses must occur before reinforcement may recur. Example, the bird will be given food every time it presses the bar 5 times. So, last is the variable ratio schedule. Variable ratio schedules the number of correct repetition of the correct response for reinforcement varies. Example, the bird is given food after it presses the bar 3 times, then after 10 times, then after 4 times. So, the bird will not be able to predict how many times it needed to press the bar before it gets the food again. Variable interval and especially variable ratio schedule produce steadier and more persistent rates of response because the learners cannot predict when the reinforcements will come, although they know that they will eventually succeed. So, yun lang. Thank you.